Traces of the supernatural reveal themselves more often than intelligent and reasonable men would prefer them to. Chimeras, worshipped by our ancestors centuries ago, crawl back into the light from ancient...
So I think I'm gonna restart it. And make sure... Come on, game. Okay, that's perfectly centered now. Okie doke. So we're back up.
Allow me to remind you that an epidemic of unknown origin has already eradicated a few genuinely
Okay. So, let's see, I already, have done the, end of the day video at the theater, so I have to mute my laptop. Oh, I guess I could check if we have any letters. Day 2 letters. No day 2 letters. Okay. Oh yeah, and people aren't gonna try and randomly murder us. So that's good. Out at the bog. So we have the first couple hours of the game to what is our status? Okay. Yeah, so for the first little bit I'm just gonna run around and that leaf flew right in my face. I'm gonna probably run to all of the tailor shops and look for needles to buy. I'm going to should probably see what the prices of food are. I don't think that I want to be buying any because it's really expensive the second day. I wonder if I can start some of the some quests early, because the first one starts, that I can think of anyway, starts with Andre, because that's the big quest for today, is, oh, you know what I should be doing? I should be looking for Twire. Because technically I need 10 pieces of Twire for that quest. I guess I'll demo what it's like to kill a thug on Julia's stairs. Oh yeah, I actually almost ran into a building and died, but I also had something of a pathologic dream. It wasn't like a fun one, but now I've picked up 2 thugs. Excellent. Julia's stairs are a little easier to stack bodies because they're so long. Okay. Did they edit her stairs somewhat? just so that it looks prettier. I'm gonna have this one come over here. So I do not want those bodies to stack. And more collecting hearts. I'll pause this time instead of running into buildings. That would be a pretty nice future, don't you think? All these friends we could have. I had something of a dream that I think it was like just Plaguey Town sort of dream, zombie apocalypse-ish, pathologic-ish. Oh, he started running that way after somebody else. Would have been more convenient if I had been able to get him so close to Lara's stairs. Maybe I'll get a few punches in while he's still fighting that guy. Good, he didn't, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Just everything just kinda like fell out of my head just now. He didn't throw his knife at us. Yeah, exactly. We actually made that exact comparison when I was talking to a bunch of people on the Pathologic Discord server, which I should probably just announce really loudly that I'm streaming Pathologic right now, to all of them, and we probably would have a huge audience. But we were, what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about how, when you have a game like Pathologic and you try to tell people about it, and they're always like, oh yeah, I should play that sometime. Or your friends just like don't listen to you at all. Don't say anything when you're like, so there's this game I love called Pathologic, and it's fantastic, and I could just play it for hours. But what happened was, I was fighting a drunk this time. Somebody had said, I said my best friend started playing Pathologic recently, and that was unlucky and I haven't saved. So I just lost all that. That's unfortunate. So usually I save quite a bit. But somebody was talking about how they wished they could, or they hoped that their friends would start playing Pathologic, and I said that my best friend started playing recently and it's fantastic. And I was like, or you could just stream Pathologic and create new friends. And then somebody else said, or adherents. And then I was just like, yes, the bound. And we got full circle to exactly as you were saying. At least we didn't die that time. And I didn't get seen taking that lady's heart out. Okay. I'll get to sleep soon, and then I'll be able to use a Meridorm and get most of my health back. So it doesn't really matter that my health is this low right now. Come on, mister. Of course. Usually I can sidestep the knives a little bit better. Yeah, we have some unusual happenings. I keep dying. I just keep making bad decisions and not saving. And I have very low health, which never helps your cause. How many bandages do I have that I'm not using? Alrighty. There was nothing in those trash cans this time. That's unfortunate. And the thug that was over here is gone, so I don't get to kill that one. Let's see. Creepy lady. Alright, so there's another thug. I'd really like to be able to kill this one because then I can go after this drunk's dead body. Oh, maybe he'll go after this red coat up here. We'll see who he sees first. Or he could just stand there and lord over his dead body. Jeez. I think I might shoot this one. I want the drunk's body. Oh, there we go. He saw him. Okay, so we're gonna go after the drunk first. Oh, it's not a drunk. I'm angry now. Ah, I still got killed. Usually you can sidestep the knives very easily. And I'm just, yeah, I'm just not having an easy time dodging those knives today. I don't know if it's a difference between the HD version. 'Cause usually you can just sidestep them like that and they totally miss. I might have to stair step kill them all or just shoot them all because I do have quite a few bullets. They also can't throw them through buildings. Plague clouds can also not go through buildings. So if you sidestep around to a building, you will be home free. Okay, so we got one of our thugs. That one had 700, so that was pretty nice. I'm going to save. Like I didn't for all of the other kills. Yeah, I could step it up a little bit. Is that figurative and literally? Or is it less literal because I'm not physically stepping myself? I wonder if this fence will save me. Looks like it may have. Run back to Lara's. I think I have some lockpicks, so I might, Yeah, you do walk faster if you have 2 keys pressed down. As opposed to 1. Oh man. Now that one might actually hit me with his knife. We'll see. Or we just picked up 2 thugs. Hooray! Sidestep you over because I don't want you to fall right on top of each other. And we got 2 more. And another lockpick. I was just talking about breaking into houses with one of those. Look both ways before you save. Didn't your mother ever tell you? Oh, I didn't have a lockpick. I was thinking of Daniel, where I have like 4. I saved, right? Oh, I had my hands up, so that little girl just got scared. That's unfortunate, so I probably could have gotten a powder out of her. Alright. I'm gonna reload. I bet your mother told you that every single day as you left the house. If you're playing any of those video games at school, you better look both ways before you save. It's a very important life lesson. No idea how many times. The most obscure thing I know about the game. I'm sure there's something good that I could come up with. Oh, that's why he saw me. Because I am directly in his line of sight. I might have to kill that guy if I want, let's see, I have a 70% knife. If I stab him right in the face, he might die in 1 hit. Nope. Ah. I didn't think that he would take more than 2 hits to kill, so that was interesting. Always brush your teeth before downing your Meridorm. Yes. That's also another thing that mothers should frequently tell their children. Although, wouldn't you think that you'd want to brush your teeth after the Meridorm? I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. But most things you don't want to sit on your teeth all night. And you know you want to sleep a long time if you're actually taking the Meridorm, so that would be on your teeth for an awfully long while. Can I get up on the table? Or into a window? Maybe I'll chase the guy somewhere else, that I can get up into a window. Maybe I'll just shoot him in the face. I might shoot this one in the face too. Because that little girl doesn't have a powder, so... How many revolver bullets do I have? Alright. That was horrible. I can't even believe that. This is going so unlucky. Yeah, it can't possibly be bad for you. You know what? I bet Meridorm causes cancer. Everything causes cancer. Sure, it recovers your health now, but it'll take 10 years off your life. Alright, I could load that bullet in. I'm saving right this second, because I want that meat. And this guy... Stand up straight so I can shoot you in the face. Ah! Oh my goodness. He's just not gonna ever stand up straight. As he stands up straight. Oh my goodness. I had to shoot him like 4 times. I think it's because this gun is... Oh, is this only at 30%? Yeah, that could be a big reason why this isn't working. This is starting to, like, just be hysterical that nothing is working out. Absolutely nothing. It's fantastic. That was horrible. I mean, I didn't die that time, but alright, I might give up the bottles of water, or the empty bottles, so I can take those too. Oh! Well, I did not expect that. I know, it's just like, I'm being shot. Facial expression does not change. Like, they already look at you pretty like, what? Why are you in my house? What are you doing here? I don't like you at all. You're probably gonna take my stuff or something. As you're looting their stuff behind their back. This is... At point blank range with the shotgun, he should have died. Like, honestly... I think that I might just give up on trying to kill this guy. Or maybe I'll try to get him with the knife and I'll actually make the attempt. Now that I know that it's gonna take like 4 hits to get him with the knife. I should probably save that too, because I don't want to have to take that food over and over and over again. Alright. Oh, even better. I think I'm not gonna take that syringe. Okay. Because it was different when it was 2 syringes, but... Oh, you know what? I hope that girl didn't have a powder this time. Okay. Try again. Now that I know for sure that there's stuff in that cabinet, I should probably kill this guy. Of course, it's probably gonna take just as long as the last guy. As long as that other guy doesn't come running in here. He seems to have not heard that I shot his neighbor. Okay, and he didn't care at all that I looted his neighbor's dead body. That's fantastic. Okay. I don't care for that single coin. Ah. But now I have to go check the other cabinet, so we're gonna have to do this all over again. I do want that gold ring though. So we're gonna have to do this several times. This lady needs to die. I'm gonna kill her before I killed the person in this room, right? Yeah, I need to kill this lady. Sorry guys. Oh, that's right. I can't pick stuff up. This is so unfortunate. She had to die basically for nothing. Oh, because I need that gold ring anyway. Ah. Because now I'm not going to be able to pick it up. And now by the time I turn around, so we won't kill that lady. Yeah. I just wanted to steal your stuff. You don't have to punch me in the face. Okay. Aren't you happy that the lady gets to live? Who is after me now? Oh my goodness. The stupid little boy. Ugh. Yeah, I will eventually get through here. I will triumph. I'll get all the happy meat that I don't have to cook for some reason. I'm gonna go back downstairs and see if that little girl who had the powders is still about. That lady that gets to live in this instance of her life. No powder. There's a thug right there. I could have killed him very easily. I feel like the next time I walk out, I'm probably gonna get knifed in the face. Because that's how it happens. Please have a powder. I think I have enough to afford a powder. Yes, I do. Her stuff is not changing. I give up on her. And the little boy's in here this time. Should I kill him? Just because I can? Should I let him get far enough away that maybe I can actually steal the stuff without him noticing? Oh, he's after me. But I did just notice that there is a little girl that I can trade with upstairs. So if I trade her some of the items that I have, if she has anything that I want. Oh, I didn't get the golden ring. I don't want to trade her the needles and everything. Wow, there was a lot of food in this house. Ah! This lady's totally gonna get in my way and kill me, I thought. But it looks like we're home free. We're home free, we got a lot of free food. have to kill this little boy. Alrighty. I will take that. I'd rather have shotgun shells as Barack, but you know. Okay, did I check that cabinet? Yes. Okay. And now I can get out of here. It took so long to kill any amount of thugs and loot this house thoroughly. Actually, before I leave, what was the funny noise that my pup is making? I want to get a powder. That would make this whole thing so worth it. That would make all my bad luck turn totally around for this playthrough. We'd start the day off right, getting a powder. Except, it's looking like I have absolutely no luck today. Yes, it is happy meat. Happy double meat. Houses don't have fixed loot. If I can't think of how you would reset it. I know that you can though. There are some houses that glitch and every single time you go back in them the food replenishes. It's usually just the food or just one item, like or just one cupboard that sometimes replenishes. It's kind of random. You have to find them. Yeah, I usually don't rob houses too much. I just thought it would be a good way to waste time instead of running around and looting trash cans. It's a little bit more entertaining. Yeah, for Clara's path, you definitely have to loot houses. Because there are days when you just absolutely cannot keep your reputation up high enough to buy food. So if you run out, you're just kind of screwed. There's my powder. Okie dokie. So it only seemed like we wasted 30 minutes doing that, but it was really only a couple hours in game. I have to check on something really quick. What time? I might have to break to go and feed my pup. So I think that it is time to feed him. I can probably still talk on the stream, but it's sounding like we might be past the point of no return. When he needs to eat or else. So I think I'm gonna go run and grab him something to eat, and then We can joke around about how bad this day has gone so far. And talk about more RPG Maker ideas, but I'm gonna be right back. I'll try to make this quick. Pathologic is about being patient. Of course my microphone is slow. Okay, I am back. Oops. Alright, I can try to maneuver around while I feed this pup. Alright. Oh, I turned my mouse off. I have a mouse that, it will, turn itself off and go into, like, standby mode if, I don't touch it for a while. So sometimes I'll, like, pick it up and move it, thinking that it's just in standby and it's off. And then other times I think it's off, and opposite, so... Doing pretty good with one hand so far. Watch me run into a thug. Oh, jeez. So you can switch between the arrow keys and WASD to move. Except when you're in a conversation, apparently, you cannot use the arrow keys to get out of the conversation, but you can use WASD to get out of the conversation. So that's interesting to note. Should I just let that thug kill these guys and then go after him myself? There is a speedrun of Pathologic? Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine what that's like. Because, I think I had said to do a speedrun of Pathologic, you can just focus on the main quest each day, and then all you have to do other than that is focus on food and sleep. So the more you sleep, obviously the faster time goes, but it's a function of how much food you have in order to survive. So the lucky you are with finding food, which you can use saving, of course, to ensure that you maximize your time usage and how much food you get in the house. Like, obviously the house that I was just in, where I was able to find a ton of food, would be more advantageous to explore than another house that only had one piece of food that you have to search the whole house to get. So you would save, go in the house, see what's in there, see the locations of where everything are, and then reload, and then run back in and grab everything, run out if you want, just like time-wise, like. But you can also just skip over a lot of stuff. The Bachelor's run is probably the easiest to speedrun. I think Clara's would probably be the hardest, because there are just too many parts of the game where it takes a while. Her sister quests, where you have to wait until a certain hour to get the letter, would be killer on your time as well. So you'd have to either strategically sleep, so you woke up right at the time that you would, maybe like a half hour before you got the letter, or slept like right near where she was going to appear. That would help too, but you're making this take an awful lot of time, pup. Alright. Yeah, you can skip the main quest and you'll be able to beat the game, but you won't be able to beat it where your adherents survive. Which, I guess if you wanted to just speedrun the game, that would be interesting. I was thinking of a speedrun where you actually, like, saved everybody, not one that, because that's the only way to do that is, well, I guess you could, no, because if you don't do the main quest, then an adherent dies every day. I used to have a note somewhere that said which adherent died which day, but my pup just like completely like rolled over like from where he was. Alright. But you wouldn't be able to which I guess, yeah, I guess it would depend on what kind of speedrun you wanted. Is just to get through the game with the fastest amount of time, or to get through and still save everybody, but the fastest that you could do that. Because the point of doing a lot of the extra quests in the day is just to get stuff. Which I usually stream those, or include them in the video because people want to do the extra quests. They want to see the extra bits of story, what people say, and like what items you get, so then they know if they play. They want to know like if it's worth doing that quest to them. Because if you... There are like plenty of extra things like that I've shown, like getting the shotgun as Barack on the first day. That's not a quest, so it's not like it's something that you like need to do to get like some advancement in the story, but it's an extra like thing that just talking to Griff you can get a shotgun. So there are like things like that are extra bits, and then there are the extra story bits that a lot of people want to see. And if I say the wrong thing, I'll usually just, like in my YouTube videos, I would just fill you in on what you missed. Just verbally say, this is the gist of like what they say if you go the other route, or do the thing I didn't do. There were a couple where I saved and then like at the end of the video like cut together like, and this is what happens if you do the other option. But I guess it depends on what your speedrun goal would be. You just have to set out to, if it's just to complete the game, get to day 12, I guess. Not even like... It just doesn't feel like completing the game to me if you don't do it properly. Alright. So I'm done with puppy activity, and I can now go back to playing the game. Hello. Yeah, it has been a long time since I streamed. It's been at least a few months. So, sorry about that, I guess, but, oh, I hope I saved recently, or was doing something, I've been doing pretty good. I had, some huge life events that have been, tumbling down around me the last year, but I've been pretty good, all things considered. Just kind of getting back into streaming as things have settled down and I have more of a daily routine now. Do what I can. I guess I've had to move a couple times. He still hasn't seen me. Still hasn't seen me. Okay, that time I was able to sidestep the knife. Yeah, I moved a few times, so, that was kind of an adventure time and time again. I guess my, more recently, why I stopped streaming for a little while, again, which just died. I probably could have avoided that a little bit better, but I thought I might be able to get around the corner of that house and then be able to avoid the knife that way. Okay. I'm thinking that it might just be more advantageous for us to just sleep and not continue to try to kill thugs. But, I'll try for a little bit longer. I've been streaming for almost an hour and I have gotten nowhere. It's still, only like 2 hours into the day. Which I think is fine, but the goal is really to get through the day, right? I could just have a stream where we run around and do nothing the whole stream. That would be kind of fun, right? Yeah, the game, it has its difficult moments. I usually try to make things as easy as possible, save a lot, kill thugs like the easy way, maximize our amount of bandages so we can get a lot of money. And then this guy is the other reason why, hello pup. I stopped for a little while. Oh, you've never finished it? Was that just, like anybody's path that you've never finished, or have you just not finished all 3 paths? I've completed this game way too many times. Well, I'm probably gonna steadily just get through all 3 paths streaming. I have YouTube videos of The Bachelor and the Haruspex all the way through, and I have almost half of Clara's up. I still haven't finished it. Which I plan to get around to. With streaming, I've been doing longer plays. Did he see me all the way over there? Okay, I guess he did. But I've been doing longer plays streaming because it's a little bit more like casual seeming. The videos that I have for YouTube are, they're not really like quick runs, but I just get through the quests and the text, and I don't do any extra stuff like looting houses and all this nighttime running around. Yeah, some of the end days get pretty crazy. Like a plague just everywhere. Okay, we made it past 3 AM without dying. Yeah, isn't that a wonder, not having day 12 at all? That is on purpose, because obviously I get through day 11 on each of those runs, so I have, I still have those save files and everything. I could never decide if it felt appropriate to put the ending of the game online, because I used to have the most complete let's play of the game that existed on the internet, so like putting the ending online just seemed like I don't know, it seemed wrong somehow. Oh, I thought Harry threw his knife. It seems wrong not to put it up. I mean, I could put it up. Have you... Cause it's, the ending is very unusual if you've never seen it. I guess if you were going to, commit to watching the whole playthrough, there's like so many subtle hints toward it. Some that aren't so subtle, when they just straight up tell you. But, I mean, unlocking like the entire like secret ending and everything like back then was a big deal. Like not a lot of people got through the game in the first place. Yeah, I felt like it would be better if you could do it on your own, but I realize that it is a very difficult game that a lot of people don't get through. A lot of people don't get through the first day. I know when I was playing it with my friend just recently, him getting through the first day as Daniel, he just had to keep starting over and just do it over and over and over and over until he got through it. Where a lot of people just like, they don't want to do that. You die like the first time and you're kind of confused. You try again and you're not really sure like what's going on, so you just kind of quit. Or you go online and just watch your run through that somebody like me did. So you just wouldn't have the opportunity if you were one of those people to see the ending. Can I buy those? Did I have space for those? I feel like I didn't. But it looks like they're gonna let me start the first quest, so I'm going to.
Oh, I would have let my fists loose if not for these pins.
Truth is foundation, and the reason of the perfection of beauty, old boy. My dear changeling has sentenced someone to death, and me, I looked at her, and then I thought, she's an idiot.
Yeah, sometimes some of these days are really long, or like if you die and you have to do everything, like all the walking all over, sometimes it does, like, it's like, I think I need to take a break. Hi, pup. You seem like you are in a very good mood. Are you just talking and making noises? Is that what you're doing? Yeah. Yeah. Hello. You're smiling so big. Do you just want to talk? Is that what you would like to do right now? I'll just leave you to it. Yes. Yes, that is my pup, and he is one of the reasons why I took a break for a little while. He better be influenced by Pathologic. I just call him my pup. Do you have the hiccups? Well, at least you're happy about it. Alright, so, do you know Maria? Do you know Maria? Do you? Be careful around her. Her love is more devastating than her hatred. I used to know her when you weren't even here. I can imagine.
Drink with...
Okay, he doesn't say.
All which is counterfeit displeases us with the very things which charm us in the original. Yeah.
I see a worthy fighter before me. What are you? A soldier or an inquisitor? No, I'm an architect, and also one of the most dangerous people in this town. Oh, and here I was thinking that the most dangerous person in town was me. You want to challenge me for the title? I'm all for it. If we do compete, you'll outdrink me easily. That's clear as day. Ha ha ha, you're a funny man. Now you can't settle us by the means of vodka. Let's see who ends more lives in a short period of time. Shall we make it 10 days? I don't kill people, I save their lives. I'm a surgeon.
Eva is scared witless. And how's my Maria? Does she remember my little brother?
I'll tell you what, we're leaving, my brother and I. Our belongings can go to blazes. How about I give something away to you too? The moment seems appropriate. See how the prices have shot up? A great time for profiteering. Having seed money can make you a millionaire by evening. So why don't you just get down to business then? I don't need this. I am a closed chapter already. I'll just grab my little brother and to hell with everything else. We'll be alright. What about the money? You'll just give it to me? I have money, tons of it. 4,000 in local currency. I want a mere nothing for it. I need brown twire, 10 blades, no less, straight clean ones, no flaws, no color, preferably named, but that's optional. Brown twire will yield to you. You are a Menku. Deal? I don't get it, and how am I supposed to make a fortune by evening? You don't get it? With my money you'll be able to buy a whole load of goods and resell them for 3 times as much at a certain shop. I've got good sources. What shop? I could tell you which shop. Not so fast. Like I said, my sources are reliable. Victor won't let us down either. It's all cut up and dried with the canes. They've got no time for mercantile matters anyway, so overpriced anyway. Well, what do you say, huh? So you want the brown herb? Okay, you'll have it by evening.
Why are you standing there like a dummy?
Okay. Yeah. Becoming a Haruspex. Why are you so self-assured, architect? Because I have the will to kill. It is easy for me to take the life of a living being. Living beings can feel that, and fear paralyzes them before I even strike. Will is not enough. You have to have skill as well. Where there's a will, there's a way, and I know how ways are supposed to work, be it archways or ways of taking lives. I've got a knack for it. It's an artist thing. Is that so? It's hard to find a way in this step. It depends, and if I can't find a way, I can always make one. Perhaps they won't die, but they'll serve me just fine. Why are you telling me all this? I'm telling you this, stepman, so that you know what to expect from me. Perhaps one day you'll need it. We'll see.
I've had my share of dancing. The curtain falls.
Do you buy twire? How do you know? I can see it in your eyes. How much? It isn't only twire. Swevery. For one is rare this season. Well, let's trade. 1 for 1. I don't know if I actually... Do I? I think I do have to find the 10 things of Twire. My favorite book? That's a good question. I'm not sure what I would call my favorite book these days. So, I like a lot of classic literature. Like I used to really like White Fang. That was one of my favorite books. These days, I'll read a lot of comics. I don't know if I would call those one of my favorite books or not. Should I fight another thug or should I? My pup still has the hiccups. I think they're starting to annoy him. I might have to give him some ginger water. Here's a black Twire. That's not quite what I needed. There are 2 places that I'm gonna go run around. Oh yeah, what's our exhaustion at? Oh, it's up on the screen. It's not that bad yet. We'll run to Ospina's after we run around out here looking. There's that dog again. Oh, well... Fight these 3 guys, and hopefully he'll go away on his own, right? But there are a few places out here. I'm gonna check the cemetery, because the cemetery has maybe like 15 pieces of Twire. Yeah, it's a dangerous place. Usually there's one here-ish. I'm not seeing it. Sometimes one appears around there. Where did that bug go? Him and that one guy just disappeared. So I'm gonna check over there again. Let's see, this is a bloody Twire, which I don't want. I only want the brown kind. Or I'll pick up black ones too. Yeah, it is kind of strange how people get in fights around these parts. And after checking here, I'm gonna go into the cemetery, and I should be able to find quite a few pieces of Twire there. Could walk around the steppe a little bit. I think I'll check the cemetery first and hope for most of the Twire that I'll need. through this is going to, be 2 of our quests for the day. Assuming I can actually, find 10 pieces of twire. Usually I get most of them the first day, but everywhere I looked, I just wasn't finding the twire that I normally find. So I don't know if I was just unlucky, or if just less of it spawned than usual. Pick up that one too. Okay, I'm stuck on that headstone. Good, we're actually finding some brown twire out here. So this has been pretty worth it so far. The problem is that we still don't have anywhere near enough. I only have 5. Okay, good. 6. Oh yeah, I've always heard good things. Oops. If I want to walk to the step or not. Yeah, he's been awake for a little while talking. Yeah. That sounds interesting. Another good couple places to go would be far across the map, around the steppe near like Evion's house. There's some good twire locations out there. I don't know if I want to walk all the way out there or not is the thing. There are still bulls alive today. Good that the ones that I'm looking for are the biggest ones. Oh yeah, there's one in the cemetery all the way out there. So I guess I will walk all the way that way. 'Cause I know I'm guaranteed at least one if I go. I just don't want to walk all the way out there if there's nothing. guess as far as Russian literature, I really liked Crime and Punishment. That was a good one. The sweetest boy. Finger pointing at you. Alright. Okay. That looks like one. Alright, so we almost have all the twire that we need. Okay, there's another one. So we're getting very lucky, so... Well... So there are a couple other less far places I could go look. I have to go talk to Big Blood anyway, and there's a piece of twire right here that spawns. I could look near the Staircases of Heaven too, instead of going all the way over here. Just over here in the step, there are 4 pieces that I could look for. I think that I might go through the Staircase of Heaven really quick, go through that one, and then go over. If I don't find one, I'll go around the theater, because in the back there are 3 or 4 pieces, and then I'll look here again, and hopefully be able to find all that we need. Without going all the way out toward where Daniel is. That is not one. And actual twire. None of these are actual pieces. They're just decoration. It's good that it doesn't seem like they moved any of the twire locations, so that's helpful for me. Oh yeah, I was not very lucky toward the beginning of this day, so it's just taken me a long time to get anywhere. Huh, those 2 pieces didn't spawn. And the one here isn't there either. Oh no wait, because it's back here. Well, wasn't the one that I, intended. Oh yeah, I didn't know what time it was, for real anyway. I just looked. I know where, all the Twire locations are, so I, usually don't have a hard time walking around and, seeing all the decorative Twire plants that aren't actual Twire. There's usually one here, but I don't see it, unless it's bloody Twire. And it's just very thin. I think I just need one more piece of Twire, which is really unfortunate. Because I'm just not finding it. I'm hoping that that one next to the old Gimski's house is there and that it's a brown Twire. Because if not, we might be headed out to, around Evion's house. I guess I could look back in the steppe again, because there are more locations, like around the, cemetery that I just didn't want to go all the way out to check. And I just could. I really could. The day is almost begun. Yeah, I have a bunch of recovery items. I should probably use one, right? It's almost a good time for me to sleep. Yeah, there are 3 near the mistress's graves. And yeah, there's that one by that bench at the canes. I just didn't want to walk all the way out there if I didn't have to. So I'm trying to go for some ones that are closer. In the game there are 100 Twire locations. I know most of them, or I'll know the like concentrated area of like where the most ones show up. And those are the ones that I usually go for, because you have the most luck finding them. I have 10 now, so nothing else matters.
Changeling has made her choice. She has bestowed her crude grace upon the Saburovs.
I've already heard that Saburov hates you. Katerina has scared him witless with her prophecies. It seems that he believes you to be more terrible a creature than Shabnakadir herself. If he gets absolute authority, we will have to hide you. He will demand we turn you in. How can he get absolute authority? He will do so on the pretext of curbing the epidemic. Have you heard what the Bachelor has announced? Yes, I think. If he told the truth and the rumor is to become a reality, Lord help us all. It would be better if you two joined forces then. How does the news play into Saburov's hands? The Saburovs have always been running things. They're the executive authority. That is the traditional role of their family. They were not actively needed when everything was going fine, but now his hour has come. I'm sure the outbreak has made him happy. He will make us all remember what the Saburovs' appanages are. When is this likely to happen? It depends. If the Bachelor's suspicions are correct, it could even happen tomorrow. Hopefully it never does. Hopefully.
The children no longer remember me.
I think that I am going to... Let's see what my hunger is. Fish. Crackers. Okay, so there aren't too many people who have died yet. Oh, day 2 in which the Haruspex under any circumstances gains more than he loses for the first and last time. Okay, let's see. Lots going around here. It seems like all the children have accents more so than the adults. I like their voice actors a lot more than all the adults. Seem like they just have kind of weird voices. Okay, I did get a letter. I guess I could read it. Reuben's threat. The Olgimskis are covering for you. They need you for some reason, so they would never tell me where you were hiding, but I need neither formulas nor money. You are not going to escape. Oh, the Bachelor invited us. Kindly request that you visit me any time after 7 in the morning. We have things to discuss, and in part this may greatly increase the value of your inheritance. Your friend, hopefully, Daniel Dankovsky. P.S. If my findings are true, this disease is genuinely terrifying. My hair stands on end when I think of what lies ahead of us. And Vlad Olgimsky, who we're going to go talk to now. The issue with your inheritance has been resolved. See me for additional instructions. Take great care, Olgimsky. Okey-doke. Talk to this guy really quick. I don't have enough for a powder, so if she has one, I'll just be sad. Alright.
Many a mickle makes a muckle. There's no hurry.
I've got good news and bad news for you, Master Barak. Predominantly the bad, but the good one is there. Let's start with the good news. You may come into your inheritance. No one will dare get in your way. There's no proof of your wrongdoing. You may take the keys from Alexander Saburov. I can't imagine how they got into his hands, but never mind. That's the good news. What of the bad news? The bad news, I've spoken to Saburov about your case, and he is, to say the least, furious. It seems that he's set on destroying you by any means possible, disregarding my protection and my personal warranty of good faith. What have I done to make him so angry? It's not him, I think, but rather his wife. Katerina is a mistress, a woman of a mystical gift. Her opinion is well respected, no matter what kind of person she is, and she has had a vision of you bringing some horrific bloodshed to pass. That is the price of your ascension to glory, according to her. Is that so? I had no plans for mass bloodshed. I believe you, I do. But can it really be helped? Alexander trusts his wife more than he'd ever trust me. The Saburov's duty is to maintain order, and such a discovery about your mission couldn't make them happy. It seems that Alexander has taken it upon himself to stop you from fulfilling this, prophecy. Is your name enough to hold him back? Yes, for a while, but the news of Simon Kane's death, the rumors of some epidemic, they're stirring our small town. The people are scared. Alexander is demanding emergency powers, and if he gets what he's asking for, I won't be able to help you like I do now. The lump will not protect you then. So what do we do? We hope for the best. I've arranged for a hideout to be prepared just in case. You will be able to lay low and continue your work there even if Saburov does get the power and orders me to turn you in. The place isn't exactly comfortable, but it's reliable and it will become your home. What kind of place? I've commissioned my son to take care of it. He'll fill you in on the details and hopefully will even guide you there. He's living in some abandoned wreck by the station at the moment. You'll find him there if you haven't already. That won't be hard. And now for the main course, this bachelor. He's in charge of everything around here at the moment. The circumstances demand so I don't trust him. He's digging some dirt on us, I'm afraid. He's smart though, very smart, the big city rotter. You'd better get on his good side. He'll keep digging and he will be successful and may give you some clues, and I'll make sure he doesn't hurt anything or anyone. Come by to see him. Don't put it off. Thank you. Not at all. I've done so little for you. The times we live in, the mad and cruel times, but you will come into your father's inheritance. Talk to Alexander and his wife even. Use the short break, the immunity that you have while you have them. I will. Okay. I think that I only have to talk to him once. Let's see. Yeah, it was just interesting that they decided to give accents to only a handful of people. And just like, I could see like, I don't know, some of the people who have come from like out of town, but it's weird that only the children have them. Okay, so I think that I will go straight back to Andre and talk to Sabarov next. And then circle back around to do young Vlad. His part. Usually even adults do the child's voice acting. It's expensive. Maybe I'll wait to get food, because the prices go down tomorrow and I already have some, so... Keep getting stuck on walls. So we'll talk to Andre really quick. And finish those 2 quests. And then we'll just have basically the main quest left to do. Because the last quest is pretty quick. Oh, I do have enough for a powder. Where did I pick up all these needles? Hello.
Did you see anything weird on your way here?
You must be an outsider, aren't you? Man of the kin. Haven't seen you here before. Are girls with good backgrounds really supposed to visit places like this? Doesn't matter. I noticed you were headed for the architects. Are you the man they asked to gather rare herbs for them before they hit the road? Yes. What are you doing? Or what are you, an Odong? How did you manage to avoid the massacre then? I thought all of you were killed by the zealots 3 days ago, and the rest were locked up in the termitary yesterday. I come from a Menku family. Hush, quiet, listen to me, Olgoi. The architects are planning to leave our town. I want them to stay. Tell Andre you've managed to discover the secrets of old Isidor's brews. They're quite sought after now. Rumor has it, Sabarov has seized Isidor's belongings. I was promised money for this, actually. I'll give you one of the recipes if Andre demands proof. It costs a fortune, but I'm prepared to go to great expenses for a deal like this. I'll also reimburse any lost profits to you, of course. You must be aware that I come from a rather wealthy family. Well, deal. Okay, I'll try.
Why do you all come here to gawk at me?
I've got news for you, Builder. It has to do with the recipes. I'm not a builder, I'm an architect. The older the new ones. The new, I found something in my father's inheritance. So are you saying that you're planning to brew new types of Twyron? Very likely. Well, it's worth staying then. At least we'll see if you manage anything. I'll manage alright. The question is if you'll like it.
Fortune appears
If I want to get some... Well, he only has one, so... I'll train up brown fire.
The caprice of our temper is even more whimsical than that of fortune.
What else could hold a creative person here? The architects are staying. You're wise, Olgoy. Here's the money I promised and the recipe that Isidore Barak had prepared for Simon. He did it before going off into the steppe. Why are you giving me that look? Do you know who Isidore Barak is? This recipe is worth 5 years of your life, Olgoy. I don't like being called that, keep it in mind. 5,000 money. And these 2 quests are now done, so we're getting through the day pretty quick here. It's noon. See what's going on over here. Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine if there was no voice acting. As long as it's not, I mean, it would be probably better if they had all really weird, unique voices, as opposed to just, really, like, flat, monotone, kind of like don't fit the character like they have. Like greatly preferred the original.
They
voice
say
acting.
hitting hard is a good enough start.
Who let you in here? Who could stop me from entering?
It's untimely. Why now, when I have to resign myself to waiting for the deal to come through?
So you had the courage to come to me. I thought you'd send someone. Or do you think I'm not aware of what you have done and what you will do? Explain yourself. I know you are a murderer, one of the worst killers anyone in this town has ever seen. In fact, you are charged with premeditated murder of at least 4 people. The death of Simon Kane and your father are being looked into. You have no proof. But I will, damn it. If it weren't for Simon's death and the sudden threat of an epidemic, if only they'd let me off the leash. Perhaps tonight I will finally get rid of it, though. Your patron, Olgimsky, won't be able to veto my decisions then. I'll have to make use of what little time I have left then. You kill a single living soul and you're a dead man. Dead on the spot, you hear me? I'll even distribute weapons to the townsfolk so that they can shoot you. I'll make you an outlaw so that anyone can put you down like a rabid dog. I see a rabid dog right before me. A shame I'm bound by my word, or you'd be dealt with right here. I've come to take possession of my father's inheritance. It's only out of respect for the bachelor. He is for some reason absolutely sure of your innocence. That's understandable. He's an outsider after all. But it is only out of respect for him that I will hand you the inheritance. I'll be watching every step you make, however. Don't even think about absconding. Be my guest. You may take possession of your inheritance. The affairs of the deceased were conducted by one Aspity. She lives nearby. Her den is in the crude sprawl. You'll have to make do without a guide and find the way to her house on your own. But don't you dare leave the town. Your culpability is all but proven. It's almost over. We'll see. Did he, Yep, I thought that my items were full. Yeah.
My chest hurts. Can it be conscience?
We won't be able to get in here again, but I always throw out the recipes anyway. I was gonna just throw it on the ground, but we happen to be somewhere where I can stash it, so I'm going to. I don't know why. I'm never gonna pick it up again. There's only one recipe that I ever do actually use when I make mixtures, because the other ones are just not really worth it. I didn't have space for that, did I? No. Oh, you know what? 24% only. I think this costs more today, but I want it done, so... Oops. I've gone through this game quite a number of times. I don't think I even have a guess for how many times I've gone through the Bachelor's run. It's probably been at least a dozen. I usually save these for lockpicks. I don't have one, but if I killed thugs, I could get another. I don't really need one. I think I'll go for the bullets. Although, oh, I only have 10 shotgun shells left, so I guess it was good to get the bullets. What is my health like? I think I will, While prices are high today, I definitely should sell a bunch of items. So when I'm over by Daniel's, I'm gonna go into that one shop and sell a bunch of stuff for a bunch of money.
There's a hole under my heart.
Yeah, it is fun to chat about the game. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, a lot of people when they play, they don't like really go through the dialogue in a game, like any Let's Play. Like they just like skip through it all, and I don't really get like what's the point of playing the game then? Like people don't want to watch you like killing stuff and doing all the repetitive parts. So this is what you look like, Haruspex, Oinon, heir to Warden Barak, Amenku. Yes, I'm the eldest of my kin now.
What's wrong with my eyes?
I managed to preserve your inheritance, if only by a miracle. You can take it all now. By a miracle? Why? It was almost taken away from me. The orders of those who are in power, they've still managed to snatch some papers I missed. You would have received an empty box and a pocket full of debts, of course. But today the box is heavy, there behind your back. Did you get the key? Yes. Take it then, use it. I hope you'll manage to sort it all out. I can smell twire or twire infusions inside. If I'm correct, then your inheritance is priceless. If the infusions come with the recipes, then it could all become our salvation. There are probably other papers in there too, and I can hear the chinking of coins. So the infusions are priceless? Why? Why? Because they're made of herbs, of course. When infused and brewed correctly, almost anything can be extracted from twire and swevery. No one knows for sure how much it can do. Well, twire is the most popular drug, of course. White whip, on the other hand, is thinner and more graceful. You won't be able to handle it if you're not ready to work your fingers to the bone. Thank you for everything. Take the money. I don't really have space for much. So those are all just gonna have to stay for now. I'll come back for them and ferry them back like sometime when I'm talking to her later. But for now, they're just gonna stay here. They're close enough to the plants where,
Who is she? What's her goal?
where if we ever needed them, we could run back here really quick and grab them all. Yeah, Asphodie is supposed to be like some kind of like steppe creature or something like that. Like certain people like really like talk about her severely. I don't know which ones of these I want to go through. Makes me happy that you came back to us. I'll just go through like a couple of these. Tell me about twire. It transforms any substance. If you want to continue your father's practices, you'll need to stock up on herbs. Some of them are even stronger, you know. White whip, for example. What does white whip do? White whip is always a mystery. It's almost impossible to find it on your own. By the way, you'll have to talk to the gatherers about it. As for what properties it adds to an infusion, I don't remember. You need to know the recipes. A lot depends on the blade, too. Why? Each blade has its own personality, that is known. All of them are different, but the blades of each kind of herb have something in common, too. So even if you don't know how a particular blade grew, you can still risk making an infusion with it. It will have an effect. I will need your advice.
He who distrusts
gave me an
himself is
idea.
better off silent.
For our silly cooking with Barack minigame, so what was the other thing I was gonna write down? So I liked how she said that each bit of twire has its own personality. It'll come to me if I read something else. Tell me, do you know how to gather the herbs? That was what it was. I'll have to have some more extensive bits with the herb gatherers and the growers. You won't find anything if you simply walk around looking for it. You have to know the right places. Twire and swevery are abundant this year, though. Inexplicable. It's just like 11 years ago when the cold tower was built. Basically, you should speak to the gatherers. Who are these gatherers? I thought somebody said that swevery wasn't abundant this year. Was that Andre? A caste of sorts. Most of them are worms, although they are going extinct. They've had this, that says, Nisan war of sorts recently. When people started buying their secrets from them, they resorted to killing one another. There was this short-lived trend. Everyone wanted to try smoky twiren for a while, and some worms were tempted to allow this. Why are they called worms, anyway? Well, worms are also the children of Bodho, just like men. They are simpler, but closer to the earth, so they feel the soil better. They know the gentle words to caress the herbs. Dwyer has a very distinct growth pattern, you know. Each stem has its own name and personality. You need to get to know it, nourish it, and cherish it. Where can I find them? There were 3 worms on the town's border not so long ago. Someone was being hunted, tried to flee the town, and they were waiting for the victim's death. I'll show you approximately where they are. You can go from there, but they don't usually stay in place for long. They travel and break camps for the night. Thank you, Aspity.
Yes.
It makes you happy? Yes and no. I see the cruel hand of fate in this. Your father died, and in the next moment enter you. Old Barak was the person we pinned our hopes on, the hopes and expectations we never would have lived up to, but you can. The earth has expressed its will. The kin has said its word. Tell me about the kin. The kin are your people, the children of Bodho, the steppe people that work here day and night. It is from their flesh and blood, as well as from the bone and skins of the bulls, that the town is being built, for several generations now. The houses grow from their bones, and the trees are fed by their sweat. How many of them are there? 1,800 of them are currently working at the abattoir. 1,100 more are odongs who herd bulls in the steppe. 2,400 handle carcasses for Fat Vlad at the works. Many more have assimilated with the regular townsfolk. The people that arrive here are the fire. The fire that the termitary was built after? Exactly. The termitary is now locked, boarded up from the outside. Its doors and windows are guarded by Olgimski's armed henchmen. But that won't last for too long, now that you've come. What does it have to do with me? Oh, those are your cute new jammies. He's like, I don't know. He was smiling so big a little bit ago. Yeah. Yeah, is it? Yeah. Yeah. It always does get stuck. I've mostly just been doing the cream. Yeah. Yeah. Dwyer that runs away from you would be a good night. There's the kitty. Yeah, that would be an interesting idea. I'm just jotting down a couple notes. Just jotting down some notes. Stuff like Dwyer's personality, like things that I want to add to like maybe a little bit of a story for like some of the Twyran gatherers. They're all like the Twyran. Bleh. Now I can't talk anymore at all. You'll just have to find out all these ideas that I have. One of the cats, there was a jar of grease, made some hamburger meat today, and the cat knocked it over. I was listening to some goings on about it when I was upstairs a little bit earlier. Anyway, back to what's going on over here. I'm suspicious. I can't listen to the earth like brides do, but I can listen to the kin. I know how they feel. They looked up to your father, and now they'll look up to you. That is, if they manage to survive to learn of your existence at all. Why wouldn't they? Because the disease is spreading rapidly. There's nowhere to run from it. The whole can, except for a couple of refugees that were lucky enough to be outside when the doors were boarded up, is locked up in the termitary. That's okay. We won't make haste, but we will hurry. Who locked them up? Fat Vlad. He claims it's because of a riot. He's lying. I'll speak to him.
Changeling has forced the Olgimskis to stop the requisition. The wretched creature is strong.
Tell me more about the infusions. They have a lot of various properties. At the moment, what you should care about most is that they can serve as medicine that's no longer found in drugstores. Some of them can work as protective substances. They boost your immunity. Take a look. Some are painkillers, some quench hunger, some mitigate exhaustion. There's no medicine in drugstores. You can stumble across some drugs from time to time, but they're of poor quality. Someone's bought up the whole supply recently, and I've heard it was a single person too. I wonder who would do something like that. That information could be of use. Twire is of course no medicinal herb. Earth does not serve man, man serves Earth. Indeed. Okay, we ran through all of her silly Twire lines again to see if she had anything inspiring to say. And now I've forgotten what I was doing. Just, it is time to depart. That's not very helpful. Oh, because that's the mission. How did I get clicked onto mission? Okay, so they do want me to go straight back to the Bachelor right now. So let's see. I'm gonna go talk to young Vlad before I go talk to Daniel. I already have the 2 quests done from before, so the one thing that I can't figure out is who starts the 4th quest. I think it's a quest from the worms today, but I cannot remember how you get it to start. And there are a couple things in the text that are a little different. That I'm not getting my usual path on this day. All my usual instructions that I'll follow to go back and forth, so I'm trying to remember. Because there are some people that it's better if you talk to one before the other, because then you don't have to go and talk to somebody twice or run back and forth on the map in a loop when you can just go to one person, go through all their text lines, and then go to another. If I can skip steps, I'm gonna get the same result. Less time. I wonder if some of that Twire grew back over here. I don't need any more Twire, probably for the rest of the game almost, so I'm probably gonna avoid most searching around for the rest of the game. Unless I'm like really out of it and I need some. But I think I probably have most of what I'll need to get through. I forgot where I was going for a minute. I'm going to Young Vlad's. This is the quickest way there, isn't it? Well, probably not to go around this building. Probably would have been quicker to go. Well, at this point, it'll be quicker to go this way. My pup's whining a little bit. Oh, maybe we're not whining, we're just talking. It sounds ever so slightly upset. Maybe it would have been faster if I had gone back at that point. Jeez. Forgot how big this building was. I'm not even looking for a Twire, so I'm just taking the scenic route, okay?
We promise according to our hopes. We perform according to our fears.
Master Barak, we've prepared a shelter for you. Nice to hear that. You mustn't think that we're shutting the door on you, though. We'll always be happy to accommodate you at our place. My sister and I have persuaded our father that the lump should become your fortress, but your enemies are powerful. Invisibility will protect you from them. What kind of shelter is it? It's your father's secret laboratory. The place is modest, but well hidden from the prying eyes. I'm not sure exactly what you're planning to do there, but if at least a tenth of Katerina's prophecy comes true, then you'll need a secluded hideout. That is that's exactly what I need. Moreover, I have spoken to Bachelor Dankovsky. He is taking a lot of interest in your affairs lately, and he seems to care about you personally. He dropped me a hint that you may need your father's potion brewing apparatus. It is there. Is that the same device that my father used? Yes, you may remember the extraordinary properties of the herb called twire. Can you smell the spiciness in the air? It's twire. Twire is extremely rare, but using said device, a skilled person could... Well, you'll get the hang of it soon enough. So that means people do know about this place, doesn't it? I cannot say for sure if Isidore used to bring his apprentices and, strangers over there, of course, but knowing his character, I would assume that he did not. I don't think so. I myself found out about it by coincidence. It's really well hidden. Fine, please show me where it is. Okie dokie. So... I think now I go and talk to Daniel. I don't need to go through this step. But who tells me about the worm quest today? Oh, maybe it is. I think the Bachelor might tell me. We'll see. Yeah, Twire is very important to the story. For Barak's path at least. That's like what his path is like all about. Day 2 is like a huge tutorial into it.
During an outbreak, discipline can only be maintained through unwavering exertion of authority.
So did you find any notes inside? I did. May I have a look? You may. So, curious, so Isidore Barak relied on some sort of natural agents. He abstracted the working components from them somehow, I guess. Or even used those agents to obtain serum from blood. Damned if I know. So do you have a plan? I thought there would be more. Never mind. Try to figure out how to use how those formulas work. They might be of some use to us. I do believe you and I will produce better results if we turn this into a collaborative project. Next, I've heard that you're being supported by the Olgimskis. Is that correct? Yes, that is true. The father is obviously too busy right now, but the son seems to be a reasonable young man. Ask him if there's any equipment in the town that could be used to make these mixtures. He's likely to know where we can get a distiller of some sort. That's a sound piece of advice. If you learn how to synthesize those reagents, or at least get a sample, bring it to me, please. I'll try to examine it and find out how it can be used, if at all. Deal. I think that's all we get from Daniel.
What?
What are you working on now, Einan? I'm looking for the source of the outbreak. I need hard evidence. Those backward fanatics are still obsessed with searching for Simon's murderer instead of trying to make preparations for the epidemic. I fear that they're about to tear even more man-eaters to pieces. Allow me to offer you a piece of advice then. Go to my father's house. It's in the Skinners. His house? Why? I've been there. It's infected. My condolences. But if what you say is true, then you've done me a great favor. Happy to help you, Einan. You're doing the right thing. It's funny how Daniel, in his path, you never see the other two until like the end, like the second half of the game. Then you start to hear from them a little bit. But in their paths, you see the other two like every day. There's some kind of like silly differences. Makes it like extra worth it to play the different paths. Because you don't really get the same game with each one. It's totally different. Even their game mechanics are like super different. That Oinon word is, it's just like a honorific that they'll use. Oh yeah, I wanted to go to this shop. I would have forgotten it completely. Jeez, a powder sells for 19k. Oh, he actually does need the yellow tablets, so I need to keep those. Oh, I have all this kerosene. Definitely selling that. Alright, what else do I want to sell? I'll sell one of these knives. Oh, I'm gonna sell the morphine. I'm never gonna use it. Okay. I could probably sell some bandages too, just for more money. Alright, that's probably fine for now. Got a bunch of money now. You need 50 tablets for that. So it's good to start saving like as early as possible. I forgot that I should also try to be trading for those. I'll be able to find a bunch in plague houses, so let's start tomorrow, so I'll probably get a bunch of them that way too. I forgot that I should be trading more than I have been. I've kind of been doing more stuff at night and then sleeping during the daytime when I should be running around trading, but I guess we'll flip that today, starting today, because I need to be trading with more of the little blonde boys. Yes, I would like to talk to you. Hello there, little girl. Hello there. I want that too. Stop trading those and start getting rid of these first. Just go on a mini trade spree. For some reason I thought I was supposed to be going this way, but I'm supposed to go back to... No. Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh yeah, like if you don't have the yellow tablets by that late day, like, oh man, that's crazy. I had luckily the first time I ever played through Barak's Path, I just never sold any of my yellow tablets, so I had like, you know, like 35 of them or so, so I only had to get so many. But usually I just immediately sell all the yellow tablets, so it was just like, I just happened to like have forgotten to do so that playthrough. So I've never like run into any problems like that. And now I was trying to remember where I'm trying to go. Young Vlad already told us where to go, so I can go there now. And then I just have to return to Daniel, and I have to get the herb gatherer one. Oh yeah, because generally it's not too difficult to get a bunch of money throughout Barak's Path. Because you don't, like, the only thing you really need to buy is food. And if you like loot houses at all, like you get food there, but I think that's the kid I already talked to. Which for Barak's Path, just because in the beginning, like, you kind of need to loot houses to get through the first day, while you have no reputation and can't go to stores. I think I just looted more. I don't think I ever looted houses as Daniel. I never really just maybe would loot a house like once or twice a game most of the time, but I did kind of go on like a crazy like haphazard killing spree as Daniel the 3 days that I've been playing as him. Been looting houses and killing thugs, and like every time I see that one sprite, I'll always kill him for the free money. Like, I'm going crazy as Daniel. I'm not really sure why. I've never played like that before. It's just, it's been fun. So yeah, Brock's the only one who has to do that tablet quest. I think Clara has a water quest where you have to get 50 water. Toward the end of the game, and I don't remember. I'm trying to think of who's who. While I take forever to get to where I'm trying to go. We're never gonna get there. I think I'm gonna go through the park really quick. We're never gonna get there. Never ever. We are almost done with the day though. I almost didn't go through these two, I was gonna walk right buy those. Alright, so we're gonna go all the way out there. I don't know if I should just run out to the bog. No, it's this one that I need to go to. Somebody did tell me to go there? Who told me to go there? Did Aspina tell me to go there? I don't ever remember getting that quest. Hello. I would have gone to go out to the bog when I was on my way back from Daniel's, on my way to here, if I had known that I had triggered that quest already. I don't remember who tells you to go there. But see how when you turn around, the door is not behind you? They didn't fix that for the HD version. So I remember so many times when I would come in and be like, oh wait, I didn't want to come in here yet. And be like, door's over here. But that's that issue in RPG Maker.
I wonder who else she has an eye to.
That I was explaining, or trying to explain. This place is yours. Make yourself a home. Is this where my father used to work? Yes, I personally have only been here once. There was nothing here then. Nothing but tables, instruments, and tools. It seems that Isidore used to spend a lot of time here. Stayed overnight even. If it was him, that is. It could have been no one else. I hope so.
Did you hear that? Did it come from inside the well? Or am I getting the jitters?
Your well is not here. Just so you know. This place is yours, make yourself at home. What is this bulky device? This is in fact still. I think the apparatus had a different purpose originally, but your father had fitted it into this. This is where herbs are turned into essences. This doesn't really look like lab equipment. He used to say that Twire doesn't discriminate. A rather peculiar thing to say, actually. I would have said quite the contrary. I think you'll get the hang of it. How to mix sap with spirits, how to extract oil, how to take care of this monster. It shall be written in his diaries. I'll write some of that down. Not in that note, but in this note. Mix sap. Extract oil. Okay. It's too hard. Sure.
Prices are rising with every hour. We'll see how the story ends.
What's that thing on the table? I'm not sure, but I think Isidore used to work with organic materials, animal tissues, for example. He extracted the required substances from there. How do I use it? I don't know exactly. Ruben told me that you put an infected organ into one of its parts and then pour one of the precious Twilight brews into the other. As a result, you get something called a gruel. Ugh. There was other equipment here too. A microscope, for example. Oh yeah, I have a whole Let's Play of the game on YouTube that I've done all of the Bachelor and Haruspex path. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was typing up some of these notes for the RPG Maker game. Where are they now? Perhaps his apprentice took them elsewhere, I have no idea. Thank you. Okie doke. So I definitely want to leave. I don't think I need the brand for several days. I'm gonna stash all the hearts. So I think I could trade them today actually while I am out there. I'm gonna stash this flower, just that one. And all of the black twire. Alrighty. So yeah, when you're making the mixtures, there's this machine that you put the twire into to make twire and extracts, and then this is the machine he was talking about where you put the organ and the brew, the extract that you made in the other machine. And that's how you make magic medicine that cures all. Okay, so... Oh, so he wants me to make a brew and take it to him, that's right. I better do that while I'm here. I just put the black twire back. Okie dokie. Alright, oh, I don't need to put the black twire back because I used both of the ones that I took out. Yes, I have all the recipes memorized now. Memorized. Okay. There's only one that I ever use. Unless I start to run out of twire and I want to use up those, some of the other ones. Oh, that's so difficult. I think if I had to pick one, it would probably be Clara. Just because you can just kill anything with no bullets. Just your hands. And I think as Clara, I probably murder the most people. I know the first time I played as Barak, I would just go around murdering people and harvesting organs for no reason, just because I thought it was fun. But I got that out of my system after the first like couple hours, real life hours of running around and doing that. So yeah, now it's probably Clara. I think I've just played The Bachelor's run through too many times, so I think it's the most boring now. But I definitely really like everybody's run and appreciate all the differences. There's a bloody twire that I'm not going to pick up because I don't want to pick those up ever because they're useless. We have to make fun of it as we walk by it. Every time. So it's the most lonely that it could be. And we'll return to Daniel on our way past these guys. Hello, sir. Here comes a warden. He who knows the lines. Do me a favor, Warden. I'll pay you back in kind. What do you want? I am a gatherer. I am an oinon. I am known for my wisdom, and I have the knowledge of herb conjunctions. My daughter is a bride. She knows how to summon herbs from the earth. She does it well, too. Just look at how generous a summer we had. Oh my goodness, I can't read anymore. I sold my daughter at a good price. I've sold her as a wife to this gatherer. What price did you sell her for? He is a hero. He has dealt with the traitors, with the apostates. He has returned them to the earth, the people who have been selling my secrets to outsiders. But my daughter didn't come to his house as a wife. She doesn't want to bring him riches. She doesn't want to summon herbs for him. What do you want from me? We have 3 young ones, 3 gatherers. She ran off for one of them. One is to the right, across the gullet, one is to the left, across the guzzle. If you find her, if you make her obey my word, I will reward you. I will share a secret of herbs, 2 if you insist. So she doesn't listen to you, but will listen to me? You are a warden, you know the lines. Tell her that this is where her line of fortune lies. She will listen. Okay, I'll speak to her then. I'm going the wrong way, I know. Let's see. Because I'm gonna go talk to Daniel first. I don't know why I have to talk to him first, but I'm going to, okay? This is not the herb gatherer that you're supposed to go to. I'm gonna go through the town, actually. It's gonna be a little less quick, especially because we won't be in step time, we'll be in town time, but, oh, I just picked up a hook. But I want to be able to trade with some more kids while we're breezing through. And then after this, I'm probably going to work on my RPG Maker game a little bit longer. Try and clean up some areas. I might meticulously go through and try and map out some of the area. I need more food. I just picked up another hook, I think. Definitely gonna go for that lockpick. A needle, just as well. Definitely gonna try to trade with both of these 2 young boys. I guess I'll get this so I can get one more yellow tablet now that I've remembered that I have to get those. One more yellow tablet. We have to get 50 by day 10, is it? And I don't want to forget to do that. Definitely not.
This headache is splitting. I need some rest.
Yeah, this is a pretty fantastic game. So well done. We're in a tight spot, wouldn't you agree? I've managed to get a sample of one of the infusions. Have a look. Is it in any way useful? One of the only cinemas in the game.
Sorry, but I have to get back to work.
What did you think?
What is there to talk about now?
So what is it? Just as I thought, a natural agent. Pretty sure that he meant to say reagent. I'm beginning to work on getting a sample of the microbial culture from dead tissue tomorrow. I could also see how the tissue would react to the solution. Perhaps it can be used to fractionate blood. If it can, we may find a way to cure even a terminal patient. I'll get down to that then. If we had tissue treating equipment and a distiller to process the herbs, we could try different components. We'd get what we're looking for sooner or later. That's not as big of an issue as it seems. Consider me having everything we need. Oh, then get down to experiments, Brock. Study the recipes, make infusions, and treat organ specimens with them. In the end, you should obtain something resembling antibiotics. Bring your samples here, we'll check their effects. Come back when you have the first sample. I'll start working on dead tissue. So those antibiotics are like panacea prototypes? Alright, I'll bring you good samples when I obtain some. And the day quest is over. We just have this Twyron bride quest now. We have to go to the worm that's behind the cemetery. And I'm going to trade a bunch of hearts to him. The first several times that I played the game, I played with no decor, so the water is just like a solid, like, water-like color. It's not shiny. There's no lily pads. There's none of the plants. There's just ground anywhere that you look. It's just everything's like a little bit less sharp. I kind of want the bullet. I kind of don't want to waste all of my needles. Think of the powders. Oh, and there's another kid to trade with. Probably gonna end up with way too many yellow tablets, but that's okay. I can sell the rest. On the later days, they'll be worth a lot more, too. I don't need any more Meridorm. Whoops. Definitely not getting yellow tablets from her. Waste my needles. Yeah, Twyron hunting was so different without all the decor. The first time I played with it, I was like, I don't know if I want to play with all of this. Like, you know, I appreciate having all this pretty grass, but Twire. Just like the whole game looked so different. The trees and the sky and the water and just everything. And now I have Phantom of the Opera stuck in my head. I say, you just can't see anything at all in the first place. Your eyes do not work. I took a test, so now I know for sure. My entire life growing up, I would always be looking at like a shirt or something and see a color that no one else could see. They couldn't see the color difference, and I'd be like, those are glaringly different. And I took a test, and I can see more colors than 99% of other people, so I do think that the Twire, even with the decor, sticks out like a sore thumb. It's just... I have to actually pay attention if it's not there. I will like whip around and just like see it really quick, like, oh, there's a Twire over there. It's just a bloody Twire, like that one that I just passed. But I knew that one was there. Know immediately that I don't want it. Bloody Twire is useless. It's bloody useless, let me tell you. There's one over there, but I don't want it. Oh my goodness, there's a brown Twire right there. Stupid brown Twire. It's mocking me. Oh, but I don't have any blood. That's right, you can't trade with them unless you give them blood. I know your smell. You smell of autumn soil and of smoke that comes from burning leaves. I've come to speak to you, bride. You were sent by my father. I know you were. Don't rip me away from my sweetheart. Tell father that you couldn't find me. I'll shower you with herbs for that. I'll give you so many different ones. I know how to lure them. Do you know how to brew them? No, my father does, but he knows very few recipes, and only the simple ones. He won't tell anyone anyway. Don't expect him to share his knowledge with you. Okay, have it your way. Alright. I thought that was such a weird thing to say. So, I don't have to go back to him at all. The quest is done. Alright. Yeah, I already know what all the recipes are, so I don't need him to give me recipes anyway. I think he does give you one of my favorite recipes. I know, I always thought that that comment was so weird. I think that it, like, is from the Twire, because you know how, like, certain plants, like, kind of smell milky, but still, it's a weird thing to say to another person. But I am done with the day. And we're looking at... my hunger's high. My exhaustion isn't that bad. What do I think I'm gonna go grab those herbs from Asmina's and then bring them so they're all together. Since I have a bunch of empty slots right now and some time. Other than that, let's see how many tablets I have. I have 9. So I could run around and do some trading. If there's anything that somebody like specifically wants to see, I could run around and loot a house or something, but... I haven't gotten any bandages for a while.
Changeling has forced the Olgimskis to stop the requisition. The wretched creature is strong.
You mean his commentary from the voice acting? Oops, I don't want those. Those can stay there. Okay, so So I'm gonna drop all of these off at the plants. And then I want to run around and collect items and trade for a little bit. Yeah, I definitely have Phantom of the Opera stuck in my head. This, I'm talking about the water. Set a line from one of the songs and it was just ruined now. And I have it stuck in my head. I'll have to listen to it while I'm creating a wonderful step in RPG Maker. I went pretty far out of the way to talk to that drunk and raid those trash cans that all were empty. I don't think I've ever had all 3 of those trash cans be empty before. This is very unfortunate. Yeah, yeah, as long as you're not playing as Daniel, because he's a little bit more reserved with talking to others, but man, when you're playing as one of the others, the things he says. Alright, I'm gonna stash these hearts, because I probably won't talk to a worm for a while. I have a lot of empty spaces. I guess I could go kill somebody, get some blood, and then go trade. I don't need Twire anyway, so I'll do it another day when... I was gonna say when I have time. I have a lot of time right now. I'm just gonna go run around and trade, though. Is anyone else, like, pretty decent at the rat races? As Barak? Does that start day 5? I'm usually, really horrible at it. Or I guess my rats just are unlucky. Yeah, I guess he does have some. There's stuff that you just can't get away from. It's like, you can either say one mean thing or something really bad. It's like, oh, that comment was Daniel being reserved. I'd imagine as a surgeon that Barak, I mean, unless he apprenticed with somebody, but he would probably also be a bachelor of medicine. So it always hit me weird that everybody specifically was like, oh, bachelor, when Barak probably had some significant schooling to be a surgeon. Or I guess back in the day he may have done an apprenticeship instead. But still, like, he's, wherever he came from, he's probably a pretty respectable individual. Watch me not be able to trade with anybody. I mostly want to trade with the blonde boys. There's nobody around, so I'm gonna duck into the shop because I can't remember. I think I've been in it, but I'm gonna double check. I just can't remember. Alright. And there's still nobody about. I don't think I have anything to trade with these girls, so I don't know why I keep trying. Now it'd be really nice if she had a powder. You know? Could have a powder. Of course not. Never. Never ever. I guess I'll go after this drunk. He probably has nothing. Oh, good thing I did go after him, because there's another girl who might have a powder. I think my record was like 24 powders by the end of one game. I'm pretty sure that's the playthrough where I got full military garb, which is very difficult to do. And I think for, I'm very well set up for Bachelor to be able to, get full military garb for this run through. Because I'm just like, I have like a ton of money, and it's only day 3. So I think by day 5 I'll probably have enough. I know, just like I can't imagine what these like shop owners like. Although some of the people in this game, when like the things they either like ask you to do or they're doing themselves, I don't think they would notice at all. Like the things they must assume that either the Bachelor is doing, because I guess like Clara doesn't always have enough reputation to even to trade every day, so there are some days when you just can't get on the shops at all because your reputation, you just cannot keep it high enough, even from doing quests and saving people. Like by the time you get into the shop, it's like already too low, so it's just dropping constantly. Yeah, that's just normal in this town. I'm surprised they have any needles left in the shop, because everybody else probably bought them all out already. Alright. I've been doing pretty good with the bandages here. Probably already talked to this little girl, but always worth an attempt for a powder. Probably the same one I talked to over there. Alright, I think I'm gonna sleep at Capella's house. 5 hours will take us through the end of the day. We can watch the end of the day video and then call it a day. Alrighty. Do I need to take a Meridorm? Yeah, I should.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theatre.
I don't think I've saved in a while. A silver ring. Very nice.
The rulers had to accept something was wrong. The terrifying discoveries have convinced them. One of them managed to curb the family feud.
Bad news. The governor will abuse his power, and the rest won't let him get away with this. Nothing's changed.
The town was placed in quarantine. From now on, the infected districts will be locked down, and no one will be able to leave until the situation is resolved.
Well, it won't be. They won't figure it out.
Alright. Gotta save because we got our silver ring. But I guess that's where I normally end, so that's where we're going to stop. I think that I'm gonna try to do Clara's day 1 tomorrow night when I stream. So I have to try and get an end game file moved over so we can do that, because I don't have a total playthrough. If not, then like I said, I can do a speed run of Daniel's Path. I'll get through it pretty quick. It'll probably take me 3 hours, which is usually what we've been doing a single day in, so that'll be fun to try and get through just really quick so we can get through the Devotress's path at the same pace as everyone else, because I'm going to continue that pattern. I'm going to get to day 3 as everyone, and then I'll resume doing 1 day at a time. So we'll do all of day 4 Bachelor, Haruspex, Devotress, and then all of day 5 same pattern. So then you can see, like, really see side by side the differences between their paths each day. So yeah, so I'm gonna continue to do probably some RPG Maker type streams during the day. So I'll show off how far I've gotten with my Barak minigame. And then at night I'll do my another day in the game, so we'll continue like that for a while. So thanks a lot for tuning in. It was really fun to talk about the game with some new people today. Yeah, I've been through the game enough times, and I have my whole like run of the original up on YouTube, so I'm just 7 days shy on Clara's path and I'd have the whole game. Back then it was the most complete walkthrough. I don't know about now, because since the HD version came out, there have been a lot more people playing both games, so I haven't checked in a long time what's out there now. And of course, we can't wait for whatever, if it's gonna be Pathologic 2 or Pathologic Remake, whatever it's gonna be called. But yeah, we definitely had more people talking today, so I might let the Pathologic Discord server know that I'm streaming, so we'll see if even more people tune in. Be comments galore where I'll like kind of lean over when I'm like walking on a straightaway to see what you guys have been saying, so I can comment here and there, or respond to your comments. And I think with a ton of people it'd be really difficult to do that unless I was pausing all the time to read it, so we'll see how that goes over time if more people start to join us. But for now, it's a pretty good group that we've had, so I've been able to keep up with the comments so far. But yeah, despite some hiccups at the beginning of this day, I still ended about 3 hours, so we got just enough extra stuff. And but yeah, I guess I'm gonna end the video here, and we'll have a lot more this weekend. So I'm sure more people will be around. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a lot more time to work on the RPG Maker game too, so hopefully I'll get a good demo out maybe by Sunday, so we can actually have some play testing. That would be kind of fun to stream too. So I guess we'll see how far I get. So thanks for tuning in as always. It was a lot of fun hanging out with everybody. Alright. I guess I have to pick up my mouse so I can end the stream, huh?